gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem performed by the CSUN Jazz A Band under the direction of Professor Matt Harris with vocalist Amina Kawaja.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. You may now be seated. The platform party is here to honor these remarkable students. Please join me in acknowledging our distinguished platform party who will rise as they are each introduced. And audience, please hold your applause until the entire platform party and special guests have been introduced. On the first row, from right to left, Dr. Cynthia Rawich, Vice Provost, Ms. Hillary Baker, Vice President for Information and Technology and Chief Information Officer, Dr. Vance Peterson, Vice President for University Advancement, Dr. William Watkins, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, Mr. Rick Garcia, KCAL News anchor and this evening's honored keynote speaker, Dr. Jolene Kester, University President, Dr. Harry Hellenbrand, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Ms. Roberta Achtenberg, Trustee for the California State University, Mr. Stephen Stepanek, Faculty President, Mr. Tom McCarran, Vice President for Administration and Finance and Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Mac Johnson, Associate Vice President for Graduate Studies, Research, and International Programs, Dr. Barbara Gross, Chief of Staff, Office of the President.
On the second row from right to left, Dr. Jerry Stinner, Dean for the College of Science and Mathematics, Dr. Michael Spagna, Dean for the Michael D. Eisner College of Education, Dr. Sylvia Alva, Dean for the College of Health and Human Development, Dr. S.K. Ramesh, Dean for the College of Engineering and Computer Science, Dr. Elizabeth Say, Dean for the College of Humanities, Dr. Stella Theodoulou, Dean for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, Dr. Robert Bucher, Dean for the Mike Curb College of Arts, Media, and Communication, Dr. William Jennings, Dean for the College of Business and Economics, and Ms. Mary Anna Fifi, Administrator in Charge, Interim Dean of the University Library. Let us please recognize this year's Honors Convocation platform with our applause. Also in attendance are members of our distinguished faculty whose leadership, knowledge, and guidance have played a major role in preparing the students we honor today. Will the faculty rise? Please join me in recognizing our outstanding faculty.
Now, I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Jolene Kester, University President.
Good evening. Trustee Achtenberg, Speaker Garcia, members of the senior leadership team at California State University Northridge, members of our great faculty, and most of all, you, the honors graduates of California State University Northridge, class of 2011. Yes, you are special. In preparation for my brief comments to you this evening, I looked up on my computer, of course, in a thesaurus, the word honor. There are nouns and there are verbs. I'm sure you wanted a lesson here yet this evening, right? But those words in that thesaurus could all mean special. Those words are respect, admiration, credit, reputation, tribute, principle, nobility, pride, privilege, award, tribute, prize, and the verb is keep. I think that's perhaps the most important word, is keep. You are here this evening because in your work here at Cal State Northridge, you have distinguished yourself with your intellect, your discipline, your hard work. But you have also distinguished yourself because you are graduating and being honored by a university that commits itself on a daily basis to make this region a better place by educating students like you who, while you are here, give service to your community. While you are here, you learn what a democracy means and how to make a democracy work. While you are here, you learn the skills that allow you to go into the world and continue to make the world a better place. So your honor is to keep the mission of Cal State Northridge in your hands, in your heart, in your actions, and in your work. Remember always, you are honors graduates of California State University Northridge. My congratulations to each and every one of you. I now have the privilege to introduce this evening's speaker to you. Rick Garcia is a Los Angeles native, an Emmy Award-winning broadcaster who presently serves as news anchor at KCAL Channel 9. Yay, 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 right? He and I were joking about how many of you would recognize him. Can we hear a loud cheer if you recognize him? Make it up, even if you don't, right? Mr. Garcia actually attended Cal State Northridge in the early 1980s. He began his career in radio as a sports director and on-air personality. He joined KTTV in April 1987 as a weekend anchor and weekday reporter, and he's continued to enjoy success there before moving to KCAL in 2009. He's won Team Emmys, 1997 and 2003 for the Best Newscast. He's received Emmys for the Best Sports Feature, Best Sports Reporting twice, Best Sports Series, do you see a theme here? And Best Feature Reporting. He's the recipient of 6 Golden Mike Awards, an Edward R. Murrow Award, the 2008 National Hispanic Media Coalition's Excellence in Broadcast Journalism Award. He's actively involved with several community organizations, including the Face Forward Foundation, which supports doctors who provide reconstructive plastic surgery for underprivileged children. He's involved in the Antelope Valley. He's committed to Quartz High School, where he graduated, where he supports the Unity Award. Please join me in giving this outstanding Los Angeles citizen a warm welcome to Cal State Northridge's 2011 Honors Convocation.
Hello, Matadors. How are you? Huh? You got a bunch of liars, first of all. I just want to say that. It's pretending like you recognize me. Look, you're probably happy to get this part of your life over with, I would assume. Hello to the students, the faculty, President Kester, and the staff of Cal State Northridge. My name is Rick Garcia. I'm your humble news servant on KCAL 9 at 8 o'clock and 10 p.m., along with the lovely Sharon Tay and Evelyn Taft, my partners in crime. You'll also see me from time to time on CBS 2. We are owned by the same company, CBS, so that's why sometimes you'll see some of the same folks on both stations. It is my honor and privilege to speak to the Cal State Northridge 2011 Honors Convocation. I know that a lot of you are very excited. I know that a lot of you are probably unsure about what lies ahead, but don't worry, it's a rite of passage that we're all going to have to endure. People were teasing me and saying, you're going to tell people how hard it is out there now that they've graduated, and I thought, you know what, what I'm going to tell you is a little story about my own personal journey, and just maybe you'll kind of get the idea that when you think about what our parents and their parents went through, this is going to be a cakewalk compared to that. You're going to begin a journey. Some of you will choose that journey. For some of you, others, the journey will choose you. First, I want to begin with who I am. I'm 6'2". I come from a large tribe of Mexicans. My father is 6'3". His father was over 6 feet tall, and I think I learned from my Chicano studies class here at Cal State Northridge that you had your vegetable-eating Indians and your meat-eating Indians, and clearly we were the meat-eating Indians. My grandfather's story is a common story. Pancho Bojorquez Garcia. He was a poor young man growing up in Guaymas, Sonora, Mexico, and he decided he wanted to make life better for himself and his family. So he migrated to the United States and moved into Arizona, where he met my grandmother. They quickly moved to Los Angeles, where they settled and had my father. It's where they settled during the Great Depression. Now, we hear about recession and how difficult things are, but if you were born in the Great Depression or you grew up during that time, I mean, this is like an amusement park compared to that today. So when you hear how tough it is, just keep in mind that we really have no clue what it was like. My father was just a small child when he was already working at a job, because you could work when you were 10 and 11 years old. So he would shine shoes, he would work in drugstores, do anything he could to bring home money for his parents, who, by the way, spoke almost no English. The entire family had to work to keep above water. And then when my dad turned 18 years old, he had the Second World War to look forward to. So off to Europe he went when he was a couple of years younger than some of the people who are here, where he fought Hitler's troops and liberated concentration camps, where he saw horrific sights at such a young age. Meanwhile, his father, my grandfather, was a steel worker in Los Angeles, and he was at work one day when a large piece of pipe was being lifted above the workers, and the cable snapped and landed on my grandfather, crushing just about every bone in his body. He would spend the better part of a year in the hospital. So with her son fighting a war and her husband lying in the hospital, my grandmother had to work 2 jobs. She was a maid at a downtown Los Angeles hotel, and then with the rest of her time, she worked at a laundromat. She had to work morning, noon, and night to take care of her family. Fortunately, the war ended, and although my dad lost his best friend in the war, he survived, somewhat a hero, earned some medals while he was there. Yet his first few days back in his homeland here in the United States, he and some of his buddies were at a local cafe. Now, my father had darker skin and curly black hair, and his buddies looked similarly to him. They were Latin by descent, and a man in the cafe didn't like their look about them. While they were sharing war stories, this guy just didn't seem to like them. I mean, the good news was the cafe owner intervened. That was the right thing to do. The bad thing is he asked my father and his friends to leave the cafe. This wasn't shocking even for my dad, even for Los Angeles, because back in those days, things were a lot different than they are now. And my dad knew this as a small kid when he would go to the local public swimming pool in downtown Los Angeles and offer his 5 cents so he could go swimming, and would be turned away, told to come back on Wednesday, because on Wednesday, the water in the pool was at its most dirty. And so they would say, we'll take your money today, and that was usually the day that they would eventually clean the pool. My dad knew he was a little bit different, and he knew that where he lived wasn't completely accepting. He eventually found his bride-to-be, my mom, who we call Aweta because she's very fair-skinned and at 5'2", a small but a tough lady. A lot of people call them Lucy and Ricky, based on the famous TV show of that era. Now, their journey at that time eventually took them to the Antelope Valley, which is north of here. There may be some people here from the Antelope Valley, and that's a place I was raised. But I was raised there in 1960, in the early 60s, and back then there were no people out there. I was raised by wolves, and I actually, that's a joke I stole from a buddy of mine, if I can name drop, a comedian by the name of George Lopez, who gave me that line. I met him at a Clippers game one time, many, many years ago. If you think the Clippers have been bad the last few years, well, back in the mid-'80s to late '80s, they were awful. And George used to say to me, Rick, if we come to the game early, they'll give us a uniform, they might let us play. I'm sorry, I got off track there, but the early part of my journey had been laid out for me. My parents ended up settling in a place called Quartz Hill. It's where I attended high school. I played football, basketball, and track, and if you've ever been to the Antelope Valley, you know how windy it gets. It's like Chicago West. I mean, it really gets windy. I tried to throw footballs in 30-mile-an-hour winds, and I even tried pole vaulting. When it was time to graduate high school in 1979, I was trying to figure out what was going to be my next move. My brother went to school here at Cal State Northridge. He competed on the track team here as a pole vaulter, in fact. I decided I wanted to follow in his footsteps, so I enrolled at Cal State Northridge in 1979, 1980. I did not compete as a pole vaulter because I am smarter than my brother. And I don't mean to rub it in, but at that time, 1979, 1980, it cost me $100 a semester, plus books. It's getting worse too, by the way. But I drove 2 hours round trip to come to school here. If you remember what it's like when you're 18 years old, just trying to get up at all is not easy, let alone getting up and then driving an hour to make an 8 o'clock class. And the beauty of it was there was always a place to park. All right, well, you guys lied earlier, so can I. Why do they even give us parking passes if there's no place to park? Well, good news is I had a best friend who also went to school here with his twin sister, and so they gave me a key to their apartment. It was over, I don't know if it was on Zelza or Etowanda or someplace in the neighborhood here. And so it was around the corner, and it allowed me an opportunity to go home and nap between classes, or go to their place and just kind of lie on the couch and take a nap, or watch General Hospital, which, before you judge me, I just want to point out, I consider myself a man's man, did not like soap operas, but there was a phenomenon in the 80s, a phenomenon called Luke and Laura. Yeah. And so everybody on campus watched General Hospital in those days. One thing I'll say about Cal State Northridge when I first stepped on campus here is I learned a great lesson. There's a wonderful line in a movie, a Clint Eastwood movie, a man has to know his limitations. And I learned my limitations very quickly, and that is that you can't be lazy. And I struggled. I was a pretty good student in high school. School wasn't overly difficult for me, but I didn't always apply myself. And I learned very quickly here that if I wasn't going to do that, it was going to be a tough road ahead for me. I was driving to Lancaster. I also had a job at night after I graduated high school. And I should tell you now how my journey took me into broadcasting. I was getting ready to come to school here. It was the summer before my freshman year. My dad ran into a gentleman who was running a radio station out in Lancaster, KAVL. He told the man I was thinking about a career in broadcasting because I was a frustrated jock. I wanted to be a professional athlete. And when it was clear that that wasn't going to happen, I thought, well, the next best thing would be to interview professional athletes. So the general manager at this radio station said, hey, would you like to come to the local fairgrounds where we're going to be broadcasting and just help us carry some cables and follow us around and kind of get a taste for what broadcasting is all about? Now, my journey all of a sudden is met with a break, what I'd call a pretty cool break. A couple of the DJs couldn't make it to the fair that day, and this general manager asked me if I'd like to go on the air. I was 17 years old at the time. I was scared to death. And I read that first commercial, and bam, I knew for sure what I wanted to do. He was impressed, and he asked me if I'd like to finish out the week with them and go out and interview the livestock at the 4-H festival. So for a week, I interviewed pigs and cows. I will say this, it prepared me, though, later in life for interviewing pretentious athletes and evasive politicians. So I hit the guy up for a job, and he hired me to do play-by-play for the local high schools and college. He later asked me if I'd like to be a disc jockey. Let me just say this. I did everything. Disc jockey, play-by-play, radio sales, wrote my commercials. I vacuumed the floors of the control room. I wanted to do everything I could because I had such a hunger to learn, and I was really enjoying what I was doing. My journey then took me to television. I was hired in Las Vegas for my first TV job, then moved on to Albuquerque, New Mexico. From there, I was hired in Phoenix. And in 1987, I was brought back to Los Angeles at KTTV Channel 11, as you heard, as the sports anchor there. 2 years ago, CBS Television asked me to come aboard and anchor the news for them at 8 and 10 p.m. I've been very lucky in my time in broadcasting. I've interviewed some amazing people. Tommy Lasorda, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Phil Jackson, Magic Johnson, Fernando Valenzuela. I could go on and on. I've interviewed some amazing political leaders of our time and some actors and entertainers, but I don't tell you this because I've been good during my career, but it's where my journey took me. But what I consider the greatest interview that I ever had, it was somebody by the name of Aaron Lessa, somebody you've never heard of. Aaron Lessa was a young man about the age of 9 or 10 years old. He was a young man who had cancer, pediatric cancer, and we were called and said, hey, there's a young man who's a charitable organization is going to allow him to enjoy his wish of meeting his all-time favorite baseball player. And so he went out to Dodger Stadium to meet his all-time favorite baseball player. We sent a camera to follow him. The good news is he got there okay, so did the camera, but his all-time favorite baseball player either forgot or just didn't feel it necessary to show up to meet Aaron. Another baseball player who was their first baseman by the time, a guy by the name of Eric Karros, decided to step in. He met Aaron, played catch with him, signed autographs, gave him baseball cards, let him watch the baseball game that day, and Aaron went about his way and went home. And, we never heard anything after that about Aaron because we get so many of those stories, you can't always follow up on them, and we really should more often than we do. And about 6 months later, Aaron's dad called me up and said, Rick, I just wanted to let you know that Aaron has passed away from his cancer. And I just wanted you to know that I'm very grateful for what you helped do for my son. And at that moment, I thought, this was a story I had pretty much forgotten about. And I thought, you know what, I really want to know more about this kid. And I asked Mr. Lessa if I could come over and we could do a follow-up story. And as I stood in Aaron's room, I saw this bedroom with posters on the wall of all these incredible athletes and football sheets and baseball cards and trophies all over the place. And I thought, this is my bedroom. This is my room. I couldn't believe how this kid was every bit like me. And during our interview with Mr. Lessa, he said, Rick, I just want you to know that the day that Eric Karros spent time with my son, he did something for my son that I could never do for my son. For just a moment there, he made my son feel like he was well, like everything was okay. And we broadcast that story. I didn't know if Eric had seen it until later. I heard that not only did Eric see it, but he broke down and began to cry and thought, I've got to do something. I went out with this approach that I meet a lot of kids like this and never ever try to find out what becomes of them. And so that year, Eric decided to donate money for every home run he hit to the Children's Hospital in the name of Aaron Lessa. It's that moment in your life where you'll make a difference. And it was the crossing of the paths of this young boy with cancer and a baseball player and a young broadcaster that all came together. Your journey will not be without its ups and downs. There will be moments where you can make a difference, and I hope you'll have a chance to embrace it. The time spent behind these walls here, behind us and around us, is not for naught. I mean, I hear and read where people are wondering if money on education is money well spent. I assure you and I promise you that it is, because the path to your journey is just beginning. And the bottom line is this: the formula for success is very simple, and I'm going to leave you with this. It really is simple regardless of what you do. Number one, don't lose your hunger for learning. Your learning doesn't stop after today. Number two, be responsible. You could not have graduated without getting to class on time, without finishing your assignments, without being respectful to others. That's not going to change. Number three, be a good citizen. In other words, do unto others, and you know the rest. And number four, have a passion. My first job, period, was that of a dishwasher. I was 15 years old, and I lied about my age because I wanted to have a job. And you know what? I was the best damn dishwasher at that restaurant. I kid you not. And I don't approach my job in news any differently. I want to be the best news broadcaster that I can be. For you, this wonderful institution here has cleared a path so that your journey can be as great as you make it. So the bottom line, it doesn't matter what's going on in the economy, doesn't matter what's going on in the world. You can be as great as you want to be, and that journey can be as great as you make it. Thank you, Cal State Northridge, for allowing me to be part of this special moment for you.
We're going to send Rick home with the memento of this occasion, and he's going to remember all of you because you're special.
We assemble annually to honor CSUN's heritage of excellence as reflected through the accomplishments of our students. Of the 10,300 students graduating this year, about 1,900 received an invitation to this special honors convocation in recognition of their superior scholastic and personal achievement. Of these, the following 6 students are distinguished further by earning special awards. This evening, we will be recognizing 1 outstanding graduate student, 4 outstanding graduating seniors, and the Wolfson Scholar. These awards have been sponsored through the CSUN Foundation, the Alumni Association, and private donations. Each recipient will receive a cash award of $1,000.
The outstanding graduate student will now be recognized. The Nathan O. Friedman Memorial Award is presented to a graduate student who has demonstrated academic excellence and produced a high-quality thesis project. This year, our Outstanding Graduate Student Award is presented to Terriel Cox. By the time Terriel was 11 years old, she had lived in 11 different foster care homes and attended 5 different elementary schools. Her father was not in her life, and her mother was an alcoholic who struggled with substance abuse. But Terriel did not allow those adversities to interfere with her dreams. She will receive her Master of Social Work degree and has achieved a 3.83 grade point average. She attributes She attributes her success to her creator and the mentoring, emotional, and academic support she received from Northridge's Educational Opportunity Program. She earned her bachelor's degree in communications at Cal State Northridge in 2003. Terriel was a resident advisor and received the Resident Advisor of the Year Award, the University Village Apartments Team Leader Award, and Best Mentor Award. She has helped pilot Northridge's EOP Resilient Scholars Program, which provides support and assistance to college students who have been emancipated from the foster care system. She says her life goal is to help young people like herself who have been raised in the foster care system. After graduation, Terriel will begin her career as a child welfare social worker with the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services. Ladies and gentlemen, Terriel Cox.
The 4 outstanding graduating senior awards are presented to students who have demonstrated academic excellence, made significant contributions to the campus and community, and have demonstrated exceptional achievements or overcome extraordinary life circumstances. Before announcing this year's outstanding graduating seniors, let us acknowledge the other students nominated for this award. Finalists, please stand as I read your name. Arnold Farias, Anthropology and Chicano Studies. Miranda Glasper, Communication Studies. Sajin Park, Economics. Cassandra Rodriguez, Sociology, Gender, and Women's Studies. August Sammy, English. Please join me in applauding the accomplishments of these finalists for the Outstanding Graduating Senior Award. The first Outstanding Graduating Senior Award, sponsored by the CSUN Foundation, is presented to Jody Bonassi. Jody is a fine art major who attained a 3.91 GPA. She enrolled at CSUN in 2007 after working professionally as an artist and teacher for many years. She says she felt compelled to finish her own education after advising her students to go to college. Jody is an accomplished artist who has been featured in dozens of exhibits, including the 2010 Los Angeles All Media Show at the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery, the Los Angeles Art House, and A Window Behind Worlds. She recently won Best of Show at CSUN's annual juried student art exhibition. In spite of having dyslexia, Jody has become a successful scholar, maintaining a straight A average, earning a place on the Dean's List, membership in the Delta Alpha Pi International Honor Society, and University Scholars Award, the Dean's Outstanding Senior Student Award, and the Hans Burkhardt Memorial Scholarship. She has balanced academic excellence while working as a student art assistant, judge for elementary and middle school exhibits, and president of the campus-based Painting Guild. Jody plans to continue to maintain a private art practice as well as pursue more community art projects. Ladies and gentlemen, Jody Bonassi.
The next award, also sponsored by the CSUN Foundation, is presented to Tisania Camacho. Tisana is a psychology major who has maintained a 3.38 grade point average and is the first in her family to go to college. She made the Dean's List several times and was awarded a scholarship by the National Institute of Mental Health Career Opportunities in Research, a program that helps underrepresented individuals gain admission to a doctoral program. Tiziana has also received the Northridge Achievement Award for Academic Excellence for the 2010-11 academic year and the Judge Julian Beck Award for graduating seniors by the Psychology Department. In addition, she's been recognized by the Society for Research in Child Development and was named a 2011 Millennium Scholar by that organization. During her time at Cal State Northridge, Tiziana has worked as an undergraduate research assistant with Professor Gabriela Chavira, served an undergraduate psychology peer mentor, and among her many off-campus endeavors, completed a research internship at Chrysalis, a Pacoima-based nonprofit agency that assists low-income individuals and the homeless, and she has volunteered as an athletic coach at recreation centers. Tiziana was accepted into 4 doctoral programs and has decided to attend the program in developmental psychology at the University of Michigan. Her goal is to become a university professor. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiziana Camacho.
The next award, sponsored by the Karen Leon and Rita Goldstein Salter Memorial, is presented to Ludmila Gogolushko. Ludmila, known as Luda by her friends, is a recreation and tourism management major who has achieved a 3.93 GPA. Luda immigrated from Russia to the United States when she was 7 years old. She was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy, a progressive neurological disease, when she was 9. She now uses a wheelchair, but her medical condition has not stopped her involvement on or off campus. Her activities have included serving on the Residential Housing Association and Student Allocation Committee, as well as being decorations leader for the Clubs and Organizations Award Ceremony in 2008. She has been a resident advisor and organized the Spirit Kickoff Celebration to promote the International Technology and Persons with Disabilities Conference. Luda worked as an Associated Students Recreation intern and created a disabilities etiquette training course for the ushers at the Valley Performing Arts Center. Outside of campus, she has volunteered with the Vintage Hills Planned Community Association and the Muscular Dystrophy Association. She has been accepted into the Master's Program in Communications at Cal State Northridge. Her goal is to become an event planner and inspirational speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, Luda Gogolushko.
The final award, also sponsored through the Karen Leon and Rita Goldstein Salter Memorial, is presented to Lauren Michaels. Although serving as a member of Cal State Northridge's varsity women's track and field team is challenging, Lauren has not allowed it to interfere with her academic success or her involvement in the community. She's been a member of the varsity women's track and field team for 5 years, helping win 4 Big West Conference titles from 2007 to 2010, and 1 indoor title in the Western Athletic Conferences in 2007. Since 2007, Lauren has tutored in math and science and mentored student athletes. She's a member of Phi Delta Epsilon, a co-ed international medical fraternity, and has served as historian committee chair. Her passion for the marine sciences led to her working more than 300 hours as a volunteer intern at the California Wildlife Center in Calabasas last summer, where her tasks included marine wildlife rescue, database management, and tissue sample collection and preparation. With Phi Delta Epsilon, Lauren has helped raise money for AIDS and cancer research and assistance. She's also volunteered in the emergency department at Tempe St. Luke's Hospital and a pediatric therapy facility in Tempe, Arizona. Her goal is to become a veterinarian. Ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Michaels.
The Wolfson Scholar Award is presented each year in memory of the university's first vice president, Dr. Leo Wolfson. The award is made to the seniors selected to be the outstanding scholar in the graduating class. The Wolfson Scholar is a well-rounded individual for whom both scholarship and service play important life roles, as is the case for this year's recipient.
Before announcing this year's Wolfson Scholar, I want to acknowledge the 6 other finalists for this award. These students are outstanding scholars who have contributed extensively to the communities in which they live, work, and study. Will each finalist please stand when I read your name? Jody Benassi, art major, College of Arts, Media, and Communications. Aaron Riddle, finance major, College of Business and Economics. Nicholas Kiyawa, mechanical engineering major, College of Engineering and Computer Science. Matthew Kiyawa, electrical engineering major, College of Engineering and Computer Science. Ludmila Gogalushko, Recreation and Tourism Management, College of Health and Human Development. Maya Eldarzi, double major in History and Political Science, College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. Please join me in recognizing the accomplishments of these Wolfson Scholar finalists.
Now I'm very pleased to present the Wolfson Award for the Outstanding Undergraduate Scholar of the Class of 2011 to August Sammy. August, please come forward. August is an English major with a GPA of 3.99, including his double option in literature and creative writing. This means that he has received all A's with the exception of one solitary A-, and will be graduating summa cum laude later this week. August is president of Sigma Tau Delta, the International English Honor Society. His activities with the society have allowed him the opportunity to coordinate academic conferences as well as present at a number of them. In fact, he has presented at 10 conferences on such topics as Henry James Daisy Miller, Iran's revisioning of the Holocaust, and the hijab, Sharia, and sexual rights. As president of Sigma Tau Delta, he collaborated with student groups to facilitate the creation of the CSUN Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender Resource Center. He has served as a supplemental instruction leader for 2 years, a position which he says greatly benefited his own writing. While at CSUN, August decided to learn a new language and began working in the Russian language immersion program, allowing him to study abroad this summer at the Russian State University for Humanities in Moscow. One could say that August did not follow a traditional path to higher education, having dropped out of Granada Hills Charter High School in 2004. But eventually earning his high school diploma through independent study at the City of Angels High School. He earned his AA degree at Pierce College before coming here in 2008. This is August's plan for his next academic endeavor. My future research will use the analytical skills I have learned at CSUN to explore the intersections of gender, sexuality, and culture through the lenses of religion and government in Central Asia. And here is a portion of what his faculty has written about him. As a writer, August is intrepid and daring. always willing to experiment with new techniques and to expand the range of what is possible in his own fiction. As a critic, he is sensitive and persuasive. He possesses a vibrant exuberance that combines with a keen sensitivity, a sense of responsibility to his community and to his fellows that is rare and quite beautiful. He represents the best of our student body and who we are as a community. Accepted by a number of universities for advanced study, August will be on a full scholarship at the University of Chicago in the fall, working on his Master of Arts degree in Middle Eastern Studies. And he plans to study Arabic, Uzbek, and French at the same time, continuing to increase his fluency in foreign languages. Please join me in applauding the accomplishments of our 2011 Wolfson Scholar, August Sammy.
The students being honored today represent the finest members of this year's graduating class. They're recognized for their scholastic and/or personal achievement. Students distinguished for scholastic achievement are graduate students with a cumulative grade point average of 3.885 or better, and graduating seniors with a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or better. Students recognized for their personal achievement have maintained at least a 3.0 cumulative grade point average while demonstrating excellence of an artistic, creative, athletic nature, or have displayed unusual leadership ability or community service. Dr. Michael Phillips, professor of the Department of Finance, Real Estate, and Insurance from the College of Business and Economics, and Dr. Teresa Williams-Leon, professor of Asian American Studies from the College of Humanities, will now read the names of the honorees. Our platform party will invest these exceptional students with the University Honors Convocation medallion. We ask that students return to their seats after receiving the medallion and remain seated until all recipients have been honored.
So I give them to you?
Alareza Chadzaran,
Brian Arthur Kellaway,
Laura L. Owens,
Sarah Cole,
Yelena Stasayeva,
Catherine Marie Rose Stocking,
Niles Gregory,
Lucas Aubrey Painter,
April Deshawn Brody,
Abdullah Salim Abdulvasa,
Adria LaShawn Brody,
Christina Isabel Diaz,
Christina Marquez Ramos,
Patricia Cagney Mack,
Jennifer Medina,
Nicole Alicia Godard,
Carla Veronica Rivas,
Don Luong Tran,
Elizabeth Asperqueda,
Tina Latora,
Yara Noel Farah,
Hugo Cesar Medina,
Kristen Anne-Marie Hayes Brooks,
Farah A. Balut,
Suad Mulam Gallegos,
Brett Pinsett,
Ivana Berto,
Eric Renee Suaso,
John Trey Janan Hoskin,
Christina Marie Andere,
Jacqueline R. Pace Washington,
Yolanda Reynoso,
Gustavo Adolfo Benitez,
Alina Moffitt,
Rosa Elver,
Christine M. Sperry,
Shelley Ann Dixon,
Katie Davis,
James Andrew Kiriako Jr.,
Renata Abibu,
Mark Oliver Vandekamp,
Tram H. Lay,
Shirley Elaine Buchanan,
Matthew Kendall Palmer,
Jessica Nicole Wiedenbach,
Ashley Christine Ruvella,
Sarah Lynn Brewer,
Justin Scott Larson,
Stephen Brian Bluestein,
Eric Richard Weiser,
Joshua T. Claren,
Juan G. Lee,
Drew Fontaine,
Ginny Marie Gidotti,
Brandon Curtis Gallagher,
Katerina Barbara Horvatek,
Rochelle Marie Minatelia,
Miriam Lee Coe,
William David Cheng,
Chaya Khan Cheat,
Timothy Guy,
Edward Dater Sumkad,
Donna Marie Zero,
Shane Meserve,
Vivian Marie Perez Kennedy,
Reshma Rebello,
Donna Elaine Campbell,
Danish Miriam,
Aaron Patrick Studer,
Anait Arsian,
Dilmit Singh,
Surya Kim,
Ellen K. Edderburn,
Cherry Bensusan,
Deborah Marie Bone,
Haig Artin,
David Milton Reddick Jr.,
Carly H. Stanford,
Patricia Gonzalez,
Bernadette Burkett,
Dale Wong Nguyen,
Edward John Perkins,
Michelle Bay,
Kiyoshi Jafet Carrillo,
Pantia Gassimi,
Angela Christine Uribe Ortiz,
Cassandra Rodriguez,
Ryan Robert Campbell,
Sanam Shamiri,
Michael James Thune,
Martha Santiago Barber,
Christine M. Burke,
Rosalba Ruiz,
Alan E. Campfield,
Tanisha Elise Holman Ricks,
Kyle Andrew Delbar,
Abel Nathan Jones,
Celeste Barrington,
Kiwan An,
Mary Travers,
Parnit Nun Pornwaragorn,
Naomi Tiffany Homayuni,
Sylvia Galustian,
Garrett Adam Noah,
Gohar Sagamonian,
Tanya Nicole Ruiz,
Nivard Simonian,
Dania Lynn Bennett,
Michelle Merlet Hernandez,
Syed Faroud Zarinmir,
Lindsay Marie Barbarino,
Rayana Zamani,
Esther Pla,
Esther Ribibo,
Maria de la Luz Rodriguez,
Michael J. Marsh,
Sarah Love Krumka,
Jessica Dawn Pride,
Rachel Marie Flood,
Janine Castle Mansfield,
Maria Camacho,
Sarah Maria Mendoza,
Julianne Busco,
Catherine Eller Barton,
Janice Tessman,
Elizabeth Ann Brooks Oakley,
Carlos A. Flores,
Carolina R. Alcala,
Milorad Korak,
Angelica Amskua,
Julie Chekrun,
Luz Adriana Figueroa,
Farumara Kande,
Christine A. Aronakis,
Deborah Kim,
Ian Cochitina Noblejas de Asís,
Masa Mezba Masari,
Kathy Lynn Fortunato de Guzman,
Eleni Zuguru,
Amber Elizabeth Johnson,
Simone Alexis Friedlander,
Cheryl Marie Rogers,
Eric Lee Zorns,
Andrea Lynn Baxter,
Ariel Kilker,
Natalie Noy,
Sakina Jungbar,
Justin C. Burridge,
Todd L. Parker,
Ana Luis Bishop,
Nashua Ninashko Alfaro,
Kenya Melinda Tappan,
Yvette Molina,
Nikita Chowdhury Tripuraniani,
Marilu Molina,
Angie S. Celis,
Jennifer Viola Douglas,
Eugene Hong,
Alexis Aurora Eve Abdo,
Susan Stephen Arvanitis,
Ruth Marie Martin,
Michelle Henley,
Evelyn G. Marroquin,
Christopher N. Gutierrez,
Alejandra Vieta,
Ryan Jonathan Joseph,
Jacqueline Lim,
Caroline Rachel Multari,
Jolia Irene Helms,
Kevin Scott Rains,
Elizabeth Joyce Caneper,
Monique Desiree Berry,
David Joel Fish,
Miranda Yvette Glasper,
Jason Charles Brotman,
Casey Floyd,
Natalie Sarah Lax,
Nada Ta,
Eric Thomas Call,
Salima Rahman,
Brittany Alicia Comegna,
Terry Bordage,
Bridget Colleen Alos,
Mark Tarek Sikuli,
Megan Patricia Moreno,
Vincent Santos de Vera,
Wen Ting Kai,
Suzette Butamayo Custodio,
Roshan Amersinghi,
Jennifer Resende Lilly,
Laura Manugian,
Edmund Vincent Noblejas,
Sally Denise Mikado,
Matthew Aquino Garvin,
Eric Smergadichian,
Gordon Gardner Goldstein,
Daisy Berrigan,
Alona Tevell,
Lauren Michelle McAllister,
Lindsay Day,
Luis Gomez,
Hannah Elizabeth Allard,
Jason CSUN Go,
Anthony Devon Neal,
Karina Marie Weirstein,
Brittany Crystal Nesbitt,
Nancy Karina Quevedo,
Emilio Alejandro Valadez,
Mario Alberto Arriaga,
Jessica Galante Bax,
Zitlalik Lay,
Sepanta Fotovat,
Yayot Asher Lopez,
Christina Michelle Pistone,
Michelle Aguen,
Tiffany Celeste Lum,
Michelle Rutherford,
Griselda Balibapaz,
Julie Aquino,
Cynthia Urena,
Matthew Homan,
Marie Franz Raulion,
Maggie Mastipiatro,
Helen Shifura,
Ashley Lauren Silver,
Elise Ellen Clark,
Alexandria Boyagia,
Pilar Chilette,
Raimundo Mariano Hernandez Lopez,
April L. Moreno,
Mana Borjman,
Janet Hakopian,
Lauren Sarah Bolins,
Puya Nikne Jad,
Sarah Elizabeth Jean,
James Willis Vogel,
Helena Yosefi Balian,
Amanda Brooke Finch,
Arpi Sarkisian Amirian,
Tanya Simone Rutherford,
Nancy Maria Harzenek,
Amanda Myers Campos,
Catherine Chase Hanna,
Angie Yvette Reyes Rocha,
Maria Guadalupe Hernandez,
Danilo M. Abreñeca Jr.,
Amina Said Algali,
Judy Rojas Saladonan,
Cher Paler,
Seongjin Moon,
Cher Zion,
Alexander Douglas Wagner,
Annie Nicholas,
Stephanie Jasmine Rosengreen Pillman,
Adil Mustafa,
Brian Edward Fleming,
Robert James Watson,
Katharina Ashley Fleming,
Leanne Joy Pirelli Minetti,
Tina Chang,
Rachel Maciel,
Roberto Quintana Alvarado Jr.,
Chloe Beaumont,
Cassandra Emilia Cosme,
Anna Grace Kitabjian,
Yusuf Gabriel Bellamy,
Elizabeth Lee Allen,
Kelsey Elise Talon,
Deanna Alexandria Lovick,
Samantha Marie Bassetti,
Minerva Navarez,
Sarah Denise Blas,
Maria Elena Bart,
Yolanda Selena Lopez,
Nancy Morales,
Alexi Baznikian,
Ryan A. Valia,
Faye Gao,
Richard Chen Chambers,
Maria Santos Becerra,
Michael Haney Assad,
Serena Loeb,
Courtney Arena Cherie Price,
Shaina Lark Campbell,
Kristen Ann Bonanza Vacara,
Kimberly Ann Wright,
Deshante Perez,
Michelle Nicole McGovern,
Claire Elizabeth Moles,
Marina Rekova Seidman,
Jolie Nicole Chaparro,
Shahan Rajathan,
Joanna Shukian Han,
Stephen Francis McDonough,
Chrissy Flores,
Rachel Lee Werner,
Nora Almaithan,
Monica Lorraine Shirley,
Dominique Lynn Covino,
Jessie Nicole Anderson,
Leslie Marie Day,
Marissa Lynn Miano,
Kesman Alif Mancia,
Jacqueline Amanda Masters,
Frida Paulina Carlson,
Bradley Jason Escobar,
Jenna Michelle Blake,
Vartan Arslanyan,
Yvette Boats Whitney,
Serda Gobel,
Cassie Thiem,
Mohammed Khalid Wardak,
Megan Joy Shelton,
Soli Kim,
Laura Main Schrenk,
Nilesh Chentaman Mahale,
Danica Lee Deaconess,
Arpan Parukumar Sheth,
William Andrew Tolson II,
Armand Ohanyan,
Ann Margaret Garcia,
Eduardo Villanueva,
Cassandra Patricia Farley,
Daniel Jesus Garcia,
Jacqueline Marie Miller,
Sheldon Ernest Kugas,
Denise Louise Calhoun,
Austin Martin Giaisor,
Nellie Jean Antabian,
Gabriel Arellano,
Joshua E. Cadilla,
Henry Ramirez,
Trista Renee Pate,
Uriel Gallardo Macias,
Melissa Yvonne Felbeck,
Asatu Hovansisan,
Arpi Movsesian,
Anthony Richard Molina,
Chelsea Hart,
Ruth Fonseca,
Irving Ernesto Figueroa,
Casey Joe Shapiro,
Peggy League,
Romy Beta,
Stephanie Ruth Mariego,
Alexandra Ilicheva,
Pamela Lynn Hutchinson,
Johanna Marie Espinosa,
Bagao,
Juliet Camasco Mendez,
Rana Akil,
Malik I. Shahid,
Elena Arias Gavina,
Rachel Carissa Adrian,
Kevin Robert Strauss,
Luis E. Carbajo,
Jackie Victoria Holmes,
James Henry Pilkington,
Catherine Donahue,
Daniela Parker,
Anastasia Marie Atkins,
Joshua Danielle Kaiser,
Dina Lynn Evans,
Sam Amir Shahi,
Carrie Evelyn Richards,
Donovan Roger Curry,
Joanna Elizabeth Edwards,
Veronica Tello,
Alma Spencer,
Emily Elizabeth Pryor,
Catherine Francis Celia,
Michelle Akemi Kanemoto,
Kristen Jamie Vincent,
Asal Noor,
Daniel Lavoy Burton,
Abdullah Bronzi Alawadi,
Michelle Brule Hoffman,
Omar Jamal Anima,
Omira Shifa,
Mohammed Adel Alabudola,
Pedro Alejandro Magana,
Diana Marie Mullen,
Devora Gonzalez,
Denisa Ursula Keel,
Janice Eileen Obregon,
Martha Munoz,
Janine Diana de Bergosian,
Elsie M. Gudino Ramirez,
Nicholas William Copper,
Benerondu Martinez,
Jamie Daniel Glass,
Damon Ryan Gore,
Tadaric Tigranian,
Alma Mercado,
Yasmin Cruz,
Carlos Molina,
Mandy Lynn Gosling,
Janice Marie Nardella,
Rachel Nicole de Leon,
Sandra Marie Lamanik,
Brittany Daniel Silverstein,
Estefani Levy,
Kristen Marie Phillips,
Stephanie Ingrid Riley,
Grace Margaret Wiesman,
Catherine Anna Marie Perella,
Hillary Ann Rosenblum,
Luisa Sabogal,
Christy Wynn Nelson,
Angela Axilu,
Michelle Westmore,
Haruna Kubo,
Bridget Marie Swenson,
Yeli Lim,
Myrna Garris,
David Robert Hoffland,
Brittany Caitlin Kraniger,
Adriana Flores,
Daniela Kim,
Adumar Flores,
Angela Lemon,
Rosanna Abovian,
Olivia Elizabeth Leubel,
Natalie Jean Klasky,
Katrin Alehi,
Salina Marie Perry,
Annette Jacobian,
Marlena Marie DeFilippis,
Irene Maroyan,
Charlene McHale,
Hannah Coe,
Sherry Lee Peterson,
Aliran Azal,
Jenna Renee Fleck,
Neve A. Kugel,
Regina Rosner,
Antonia Pistelli Carrasco,
Eva Hernandez,
Shabnam Zatipi,
Ana Marie Mendoza,
Vatsat Bilivarn,
Nicholas Aaron Shapiro,
Teresa Awet,
Lacey Crystal Smith,
Eric Danilo Martinez,
Hector Armando Martinez,
Ashley Nicole Walker,
Jacqueline Cassandra Robinson,
Jennifer Floyd,
Yufang Xu,
Kristen Maureen Nichols,
Seiko Sato,
Frank Joseph Gonzalez.
Kyoko Tomikura,
Christine Segovia Pableo.
Tina Huang Nguyen,
Kristen Nicole Daly.
Kimilin Phan Tran,
Amanda Jo Haney.
Carolina Grijalva,
Mario Servine.
Thomas Arthur Oberg,
Gary E. Boyd.
Desiree Elaine Tabera,
Oleg Troshin.
Tania Espinosa,
Jennifer Suzanne Probert.
Dominique Rochelle Telugani,
Monica Pauline Schallert.
Catherine Eskandar,
Jacqueline Price.
Carolyn Aligsa Spencer, Desiree Jean Ellis,
Hamida Shabazi Bakimir.
Yoshie Sato,
Navid Moram.
Jacqueline Ann DeGrandis,
Lauren Elise Linda Valdez.
Brandon Snyder,
Christine Marie Gomez.
Ewan Nielsen,
Morgan Elise Henry.
Myra Flor A. Zaragoza,
Amity Yabut M.
Renee Liu,
Mana Nabarian.
Maria Isabel Keelis,
Tamra Hilitskayo.
Jonathan Ronald Amantia,
Hamidani Persel.
Ethan Gary Kutuli,
Katie Butler Siegmiller.
Kelsey Michelle Hayes,
Casey Marie Wright.
Sandra Valle,
Pablo Manuel Baza.
Lauren Sean Olison,
Helia Huskari.
Jaquay Walker,
Ryan Taylor Word.
Christopher Cody Walheim,
Rolando Rebelkawa.
Taylor Joseph Ramirez,
Dylan Brandon Altman.
Stacy Horrigan,
Heidi Arndt.
Galena Thomas,
Chrissy Lane Letterman.
Jolene Jane Bodschnath,
Jacqueline M. Oriano.
Megan Aaron Greenberg,
Heather Marie Messing.
Lena Simone Buda,
Serene Ravel Lane.
Amanda Rose Dubrucki,
Benjamin Thomas Jackson.
Elizabeth Marie Brown,
Jessica Megan Morrill.
Alexander Rosas,
Noreen Manukian.
Gladys Arias,
Hyun Young Park.
Mitsuko Osuna,
Sing Kong Pao.
Christina Morales,
John Kazuko Kalute.
Valerie Nicole Andrews,
Edgar Haima.
Michelle Renee Vituni,
Lee Wynn.
Oswaldo Sergio Sanchez,
Esmeralda Olivares.
Stephen Johnson,
Ana Lupita Gonzalez.
Daria Angelina Andreeva,
Irma Valencia.
Nara A. Vardersian,
Stephanie Gabler.
Vanessa Marie Gallegos,
Jennifer Genesee Zepeda.
Christina Padilla,
Gabriela Magdalena.
Lori Marmeto Falaminiano,
Robert Anthony Akinapura.
Patricia Diane Booker,
Lisa Nicole Leroy.
Monica M. Dudas,
Christine Lynn Kasha.
Laura Catherine Brost,
Eric Thomas White.
Janice Marie Ventura,
Carla Pablo Melgar.
Anusha Nataraj,
Miguel Angel Calcarias.
Win Lee,
Anup Subramanian.
Fayez Farah Rabadi,
Ann L. Barnett.
Posheng Lin,
Hek Aratianian.
Heng Si Su,
Astrid Roman.
Andrew Joseph Keller,
Teresa Gonzalez.
Yun Yen Cheng,
Christopher Aram Backenberg.
Yun Hui Ji,
Ryan David Turkey.
Chenyi Kao,
Angela Kashishian.
Jihei O,
Jada Augustine.
Jonathan David Polis,
Loretta Antonia McCormick.
Rima Christina Beck,
Leslie King Blake.
Miki Ota,
Ashley Jane Granillo.
Elizabeth Swandi Gie,
Leo Sarah Horwitz.
Andrea Claire Headley,
Natalia Alexandria Reagan.
Shake Babujian,
Pooja Sepan Kumar Mukherjee.
Mary Marutian,
Nevertario Sira Shahata.
Ivan I. Ivakrianian,
Jacqueline Gill.
Ari Hayam Manpur,
Hoda Saror.
Harinda Wewala,
Cassie John Henry.
Yuri Natalia Gutierrez.
Jonathan Lee Mason.
Danis.
Sergio Alberto Galicia.
Walkidia Velasquez.
Anna Carolina Prat.
Alexei Flatchuk.
Caitlin Brianna Gardner.
Anush Martrosian.
Melody Nehal Farivar.
Jennifer Fintris Calderon.
Noreen Avedanian.
Dorothy Baum Hoffman.
Angelina Mia Burley.
Stacy McLarnon.
Claudia Elizabeth Mendoza.
Daniel Charles Nelson.
Cecilia Oribe.
Lashandra Shante Batiste.
Erica Reyes.
Randy Aguirre.
Garena Sahinian.
Luis Antonio Lopez.
Annette of Sepien.
Ana Karen Mendoza.
Kaylee Michelle Gomez.
Crystal Ruth Michelle Shaw.
Sherry Lee Vegas.
Jennifer Marie Reyes.
Wayne Albert Nelson.
Evelyn H. Landivar.
Anita Shaverdian.
Alicia Mercedes Ramirez.
Serena Maritza Canadian.
Licha
Something like
Sert.
Jessica Rose Shabazian.
Arsen Dervishian.
Kaylee Elisa Ianuzia.
Andrew Thomas Perry.
Karen Ossie Kalubian.
Alexander James Fuchs.
Diana Tumberian.
Liliana Morijan.
Colette Rebecca Bobayan.
Juan Olea.
Nicholas Michael Walter.
Leila Daoud.
Guy Francis Rupert.
Sarah Adams.
Gloria Iniguez.
Patricia Lee Rodriguez.
Michael Aaron Klein.
Anna Teplipskaya.
Rolando Yoquera.
Matthew Curtis Kayawa.
Blanca Valenzuela.
Nicholas Robert Kayawa.
Shawnee Chen Zion.
Sylvia Martinez Argumedo.
Patricia Isley Kaplan.
Lucina Uznian.
Worley Thorne.
William Michael Scholes.
Carla Vaya.
Noah Kaplan.
Crystal Espinoza.
Carolyn Elizabeth Quinn.
Maria Chan Jimenez.
Patrick Aaron Barnes.
Jennifer Rose Cavallari.
Miranda Fierro.
Jacqueline Dawn Geddes.
Ann Tay.
Guadalupe Rosales.
Tamal Williams.
Rosa A. Cordova.
Sabrina Janine Kim.
Jesse Houston Satterley.
Amanda Marie Salverini.
Jennifer Salgren Miljan.
Katrina Ann Magbidang.
Joanna Catalyst Roca.
Jessica Ann Calhoun.
Toya Denise Fitz.
Dominique Kowalczyk.
Ivana Valeska Ayala.
Shelby Joe Mendoza.
Diamond Yvonne Bravo.
Jared Carl Oakden.
Yvonne Figueroa.
Boise Maitri Adawusi.
Kathy Gazelle Membrano.
Tawny Monique Montes.
Elizabeth Deanne Jordan.
Christine Juliette Mutel.
Sarah Coover Caldwell.
Delma Valle.
Rick Goff.
Maria Naue Roselio.
Nancy Hendrickson Riley.
Naomi Rosello Gandela.
Raymond Krakowski.
Margaret Lisa Atmojo.
Tom Lenahan.
Heidi Jocelyn Caceres.
Brenda Page Cambra.
Adrian S. Wittenberg.
Ronald Frank Caruso.
Daniel Tobe.
Dahlia Bechet Cedra.
Brooke D. Cohen.
Jinish Nandrava Gandhi.
Aram Christopher Goedjian.
James William Dooling.
Patricia Franco.
Namdar Akrami.
Susana Franco.
Rohit Jain.
Nereida Godinez.
Pedro Manuel Barajas.
Wallace Elizabeth Adams.
Timothy Edward Scherer Smith.
Kelly Allen Ramage.
Bella Belicia Gamolia.
Danielle Latrice Robinson.
Catherine Renee Gutzwiller.
Carissa Ariel Latoliad.
Katarzyna Fan.
Lilith Gazarian.
Kimberly Beth Leon.
Rona Utiu.
Austin Christine Flouting.
Christina Dean Cooch.
Colleen Elizabeth Benet.
Brian Triola.
Jennifer K. O'Donnell.
Luis Miguel Alvarez.
Gina Ruati.
Sharon Eldar.
Edward Patrick O'Neill.
Sanaz Moseni Golshan.
Dawn Ruth Gray.
Kimber Brianne Stoutland.
Magali Corrales.
Bridget Nelson.
Maria Belen Brown.
Amanda Sarah Nye.
Fabiola Alvarado.
Tina Rosa Ascari,
Christian Nicholas Descalo,
Taylor Max Trakin,
Clark Evan Smith,
Alexander Lavich,
Susan Elizabeth DeMartinez,
Danielle Michael Safran,
Christian Alzan Cardenas,
Sofia Barba Gutierrez,
Ian Blake Namias,
Amber May Schermerhorn Stenerson,
Elena Asner Harmanjian,
Parastu Tajinia,
Mrs. Tanaz Angelina Mahaye,
Jason Daniel Foreman,
Joy Sharma,
Samuel Navid Rabizde,
Sharita Danielle Lawrence,
Abigail Guy,
Paula Michelle Galvez,
Nicole Alexis Lewis,
Naomi Ronit Labin,
Monica Leilani Ern Weber,
Jessica Leigh Abler,
Rodolfo Canciones Jr.,
Jeanette Meza,
Brian Maximus Wong,
Fariba Tabibian,
Carlos Ricardo Fornelli,
Semprado Ragunata,
Anthony David Schaefer,
Manjura Subeya,
Artin Shabazian,
Jared O. Hentz,
Juliana Davudishe Gani,
Shiva Kafai,
Arbi Abulian,
Shane Gregory Graham,
Mandana Moshtael,
Sheila Portillo,
Michelle Eleanor Bernal,
Jamare Tabin,
Jacqueline Rueda,
Martha Janet Munoz,
David Edward Leesme,
Kathy Espeña Perez,
Kelly Lynn Spiker,
Claudia Lorena Castaneda,
Christopher Mark Shepard Levy,
Stephanie Torado,
Robert Frederick Houghton,
Adi Sarit Hassan,
Brianna Shea Duffy,
Tally Haronian,
Christine Stiles,
Carmen Angelica Alvarado,
Crystal Michelle Price,
Sharano Yamini,
Javier Palare,
Kimberly Wu,
Suzanne Saklai,
Karen Danielle Salarzano,
Michael Andrew Ayers,
Sarah Albane,
Eliana Quintero,
Shelby Dahl,
Sarine Abramian,
Anais Nisi Maliki,
Jennifer Chung Young Hong,
Amy Christina Gaston,
Sarah Jane Gross,
Ashley Renea Anderson,
Christine Kitchenmaster,
Alexandra Milisovic,
Allison Noreen Winslow,
Christina Andrea Melaboski,
Ken Nakatskasa,
Diana Quijada Hojales,
Josh William Modell,
Corinne Michelle Chapman,
Shandiz Kamrava,
Saria Sanchez,
Evelina Jossitson,
Raluca Nikodem,
Bita Ashgari,
Rachel Jordan,
Neosha Edelat,
Rebecca Ray Lawson,
Mitra Ansari,
Marim Alagavand,
Michael James Cowhick,
Rachel Ann Enlow,
Ara A. Mektarian,
Marcia Elaine Holtz,
Iman Mohadi,
Jane Chang,
Daniel Clovis Bakay,
Bonnie McDougall,
Tamara Tiffany Chinarian,
Rohan Vishwan Kurup,
Sophia Radio,
Karen Stephanie Simpson,
Bianca Marcela Rivas,
Elena de Hoyos,
Stepan Harutian,
Araceli Blanco,
Dmitry Sebulevsky,
Yuka Mayochi,
Kathy Areli Smith,
Tamra D. Schneider,
Laura Lynn Gilbert,
Aaron B. Schneider,
Eckard Walter,
Tyler Douglas Heckthorn,
Janelle Ann Samford,
Tyler Brian Deakins,
Kimberly Olivia Wilson,
Jessica Lauren Hanna,
Elisa Ray Holding,
Derek Adam Tang,
Teddy Ariyatham,
Nadine Joy Sai,
Angela Lynn Brown,
Brenda Lee Liam,
Hughes Choi,
Suzanne Marie Peters,
Joseph K. O'Leary,
Deborah Elizabeth Price,
Michael Matthew Bessam,
Sarah Jordan Fernandez,
Eric Christopher Nguyen,
Karen Marissa Cragen,
Byron Lai,
Catherine Michelle O'Neill,
Paciani Freitas,
Vanessa Marie Rath,
Marie Ann Lozano Garcia,
Jennifer Rebecca Lee,
Elaine Paleolugas,
Krista Marie Taylor,
Elise Marie Leon Reyes,
Stephen Daniel Valadez,
Jessica K. Goodmanson,
Garrett Kyle Leonard,
Jesse Felix Hamilton, Jonathan Brown.
Melinda Christina Kendall.
Pelayo Jaimes Pelayo.
Rihanna Leigh McKnight.
Alejandro Cruz.
Olga S. Sharfman.
Ana Licia Torres.
Sayung Yun Ko.
Kimberly Nicole Stover.
Michael Souza.
Jenna Lauren Yaley.
Jennifer Nicole Newman.
Michelle A. Novoa.
Christopher Frederick Aguian.
Jacqueline R. Jaimes.
Sasha Panaya.
Elizabeth Hyun Kim.
Allison Nicole Hastings.
Brian Alexander Bentley.
James W. Allison.
Matthew E. Hogan.
Andrea Caitlin Rothenberg.
Shanshan Ku.
Tyler Daniel Morrison.
Jan Andre De Soto.
Amev Sam Nikapur.
Sonia Brenna.
Amanda Marie Ramirez.
Amy Nicole Gentile.
Marina Tereshkava Mendez.
Felicia Moradian.
Brittany Michelle Bowles.
Sarkis Steve Timorian.
Amelia D. Herrera Robles.
Jackie Backy Birch.
Narek Kachatrian.
Lucia Lestrange Ireland.
Armin Aratunian.
Lauren Campbell Letshaw.
Gevork George Balachian.
Linda Sue Gherkin.
Aaron Joe Riddle.
Kelly Ross.
Ruben Yanez.
Nazanin Mani.
Michelle Elise Macias.
Siavash Kademi.
Angela Marie Jones.
Henriette Akupians.
Jake Castiglione.
Gary Lee Sanders II.
Lena Press.
Brian Luong.
Janina Renee Galloway.
Kevin Luong.
Amy Lee Pino.
Alexandra Aaron Cohen.
Marie Tatarian.
Farnaz Sabet.
Jessica Sarah Cohenbash.
Kernay Kerakusiran.
Natalie Joy Irwin.
Ripsime Tov Maisian.
Michael Salem.
Jillian Crabb.
Kristen Lee Bates.
Adrian Panduro.
Ivan Rott.
Sharmane Mina Maleki.
Tiffany Nicola Dugan.
Jose Juan Gomez Becerra.
Cody Matthew Hercock.
Blanca Aurora Montes.
Jesse Francis Robinson.
Fernando Antonio Rejon.
Candace King.
Allison Brown.
Laura Emma Ratch.
Nicole Christina Embry.
Amanda Halleck.
Vanessa Marie Escalante.
Uye Igoden.
Christina Lee Vanderyar.
Michael Louise Crum.
Yanira G. Rivas Pineda.
Kenya Robin Terrell.
Alexi Wall.
Ali Marie Ashton.
Victoria Lee Grimsley.
Stephanie Larissa Henkel.
Lisa Azian Jacobian.
Maria Gomez.
Monica Neji Bebai.
Brenda Judith Leva.
Christina Maria Leedy.
Julie Michelle Larry.
Yanis Lubana.
Bethany K. Matson.
Delma Goshorn.
Chantel Ratcliffe.
Kelsey Christine Thomas.
Emily Elizabeth Sudd.
Tiffany Marie Syriac.
Stephanie H. Johnson.
Zania Irani.
Dylan E. Gradage.
Jessica Dawn Goforth.
Yuli Sun.
Jillian May Staff.
Micah Manquin.
Nicole Marie Concialdi.
Janelle Rose Gringeri.
Linda Wendy Morales.
Sarah Elaine Moss.
Sarah Marie Kempa.
Elizabeth Brianna Clark.
Kira Faith Kylander.
George Kevork Frangian.
Michael Anthony Gadino.
Michael Murdoch.
Jeff Baxter.
Visha Vakshari.
Holly E. Duncan.
John David Shannon.
Norma Lizette Huerta.
Austin Mark Rice.
Samantha T. Walls.
Tiffany Nicole Jenkins.
Benny Yam Fisahie.
Thomas Kroll.
Yamrat Mulugeta Amha.
Ramson Yakub.
Jerry Max Machi.
Ganesh P. Sadwani.
Renuka Swathi Nimagada.
Joseph George Karut.
Lawrence Walter Hammond.
Yosef Akbarali.
Julian Gould.
Rod Alejandro Aravala. Michael Victor Iscaros. Jacob Andrew Sparks. Sarah Akel Albali. Ben Bezed Faraki. Shada R. Shabini. Noor S. Almawi.
Jeffrey Eric Alexander.
Melina Maconian.
Emmy Christine Perez.
Antoinette Monique Bell.
Diana Maddox.
Bianca Renee Brown.
Nadia S. Tongoglaksuk.
Ahari Davujiandu.
Devin Myers.
Stephanie Marie McDonough.
Nathan Royce Fizzy.
Brittany Ann Houston.
Zara Shirazi.
Eric Lara.
Elena Lamero.
Shireen Begum.
Molly Kopp.
Darcy Ann Wilson.
Amarali Montakab.
Haley Lee Forbes.
Carissa Ashley Dirksen.
Sharon Saburi.
Caitlin Michelle Walker. Maya Salim Eldarzi.
Delaram Yershulami.
Jancy Jaime.
Yvette Cohan.
Evelyn Moreno.
Sajan Park.
Diana Alejandra Herrera Rico.
Romeo Milan.
Jacqueline Artiga.
Sheila Bongir.
Anait Kojajian.
Anna Nina Lee.
Serene Tateman.
Ebony Marie Christian.
Lashid Ivshinroyon.
Nita Sanehi.
Lynette Escolona.
Andrea M. Kotak.
Ankit Jain.
Luis Gustavo Escalante.
Hannah C. Kim.
Karen Singh.
Antoinette Morales Picato.
Abigail Irene Padilla.
Svetlana Karasik.
Leslie Stacy Barrera.
Michael Suzuki.
Sarah Yasmin Fagali.
Aaron L. Robinson.
Zora Afshari.
Melinda K. Hambrick.
Carlos Hernandez.
Nikoli Lascu. Yanni Lascu.
Chantel Itzel Garcia.
Mansur Ahmed Rahi.
Wesley Miguel Hernandez.
Sherry Lee Stevens.
Levon Fakar.
Irene Valencia.
Leticia W. Valcourt.
Carrie Ann Cornejo.
Jennifer Marie Christensen.
Audrey Isabel Luna.
Crystal Phaedra Bedosian.
Stephanie Gunawan.
Nathan Thomas McEwen.
Eseye Tadese.
Martin Sandoval.
Sonia Rorkick.
Izumi Yasuhara.
Oksana Chaban.
Wang Not Ho.
Natalie Susan Pacheco.
Robina Kadri Khan.
Andrea Larco.
Eileen Magan.
Shireen Gawad.
Esther Naomi Ramani.
Bayon Miloyan.
Antoine Nguyen.
Benjamin Philip Boyd.
Anita Guna Wijaya.
Isabel Pacheco Guzman.
Jennifer Suzanne Skornick.
Vanessa Marie Arhur.
Erin Ray McMichael.
Maria Elena Finch.
Madison Nicole Garcia.
Daniel Loral.
Angela Christine Bell. Christina Torayan. Sarah Nickju. Desiree Amber Joslin. Stefania Maria Rossi. Brian Hall. Vanessa Leigh Birdsong. Meg Deberdrosian. Solane Kuyum. Try that one again. Solane Kuyumjian. Amir Sheikh. Puya Rabaran. Maggie Taylor. Zara Shakvaladian, Era Merakalian, Barak Brian Karavani, Sharab Joseph Shaolin, Austin Lyle Martin, David Roy Fong, German Chotsky, and Patricia Jean Pernin.
Ladies and gentlemen, once more, President Jolene Kester, but first, we have a special presentation by Provost Hellenbrand and Vice President Watkins.
We want to take this opportunity to honor our President, Jolene Kester, who has announced that she is going to be stepping down at the end of next December. Jolene has books to write, continents to cross, and family and friends to enjoy. She's been a wonderful leader for us. We are deeply grateful for everything that she has done. Like all great leaders, she understands that for power to be limited, term must be limited. And she has done wonderful things during her time at the university. Born on the frozen plains of Minnesota, she was destined to lead one of the largest universities, one of the largest cities in the United States. God works his wonders in miraculous ways. This is hard to get through. We all want to thank her so much tonight. And what I really want to say is that she is leaving us, but she is leaving us a legacy that will not leave us. It is a legacy that is greater than buildings, more profound than programs, more vital than the people she has hired. It is a legacy of modeling great human behavior, cooperative collaboration among people, love for the community, and a deep respect for learning. And on behalf of the communities of Northridge past and communities future, we are so deeply grateful for everything that she has done. And it is my honor on behalf of the faculty, staff, students, and friends of Cal State Northridge to honor Jolene Kester tonight. Vice President Watkins will now present her a memento of our esteem. And on behalf of everybody, I ask you to rise and give her a rousing applause. Thank you so much.
President Kester, we'd like to send you away with your own medallion of these Honors Convocation. It reads, Dr. Jolene Kester, President, Honors Convocation, May 23rd, 2011, in gratitude for your leadership in cultivating and inspiring a heritage of excellence as demonstrated in the academic success and personal achievement of the students here of California State University Northridge.
Well, those who know me know that I'm rarely speechless. Those who know me know that I'm prone to tears. So perhaps speechless and avoiding tears is a good combination this evening. My deepest thanks and appreciation to my colleagues and to each and every one of you. It has been my privilege to be here. So now let's continue this celebration of these special honors graduates of the class of 2011. Give them a round of applause. I want to thank, on behalf of everybody who's here, all of the university departments and programs, the Alumni Association, the Foundation, Memorial Funds, employers and other friends of the university who were the source of the Student Achievement Awards this evening. Without the parents, spouses, partners, significant others, and families who have supported students in attaining this excellence, this convocation wouldn't have been possible. Let's say thank you to all those family members and friends. Give them a round of applause. I want to thank Matt Harris and the Cal State Northridge Jazz A Band and the members of our staff, a lot of our staff who are here who have helped to stage this incredible event, our narrators whose voices are cracking after all those names, marshals and members of our staff. Thank you for making this event for these special graduates a great success. Would everyone join me in one final round of applause to all who have made this evening possible? Now, some final instructions. Let's see if you can follow these instructions, right? I started with verbs and nouns. I'm still with instructions. Before we're going to close the ceremony, I'm going to ask that all of the students stand for singing the university's alma mater. You don't have to stand yet. You don't have to stand yet. But under the musical direction of Professor Matt Harris and the Jazz A Band and performed by Amina Kawaja, you are going to sing the alma mater. If you don't know the words, shame, 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 but if you don't know the words, they're in the back of your Honors Convocation program. After you've sung the alma mater, remain in your seats till the platform party and the faculty have recessed. Then you're invited to join everyone over at a reception at the Baramian Hall patio, and the marshals will escort the students, march you out to that event. So we're going to sing the alma mater, you're going to stand, then the students are going to sit down again. Platform party is going to recess, the faculty are going to recess, and the student graduates will be taken over to the reception. Got it? Yes, you've got it. All right. This then officially concludes the 2001 Honors Convocation ceremony. I'd like to encourage all of the graduating students to proudly wear your medallions in your graduation ceremonies the rest of the week. We'll now sing the alma mater of California State University, Northridge.
As we move along the road of life.
Thank you.